EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Dalton. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stop made there by Julius Peppers. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Go on the ball. 368.
From midfield here, Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
There you go, 368. 368.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson, the first of his career. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44.
20.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. This one complete to Devin Funches. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vincent Ray coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Hey, get right down.
Here's Newton now on second down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there at 22. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here's McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funches, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. You know, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. And now here's Ross. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On the ball! On the ball! 59. Check. Over here.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton going deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. He was going for Gates, his tight end that time.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's one drawback to running a toss play to the short side of the field. There's not enough room, really, for him to get to the edge.
And they wind up forcing him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Hey, get right down. Get right down. Get right down.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's able to find Diggs.
Come on.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Here we go.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. On the move to his left. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
Dalton, first and 10. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, here's Mixon. And a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw here, Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The connection since 2011. Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
Dalton bootlegs out. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
5-0.
Nixon with a first down carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Dalton throwing on second down. He's going to go for a big play now. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
On the ball.
On second down, here's Newton. Bunches has it complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Hey.
Now a first down throw for Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, he's going to walk one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
on the ball.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Newton throwing again. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Again, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Newton. Now he's forced out right. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bullock out now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly, and the Eagles out in front early. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Newton on 1st down. Out to his left. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
On 1st down, Newton. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Go, go.
Of the game. He gets it here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Newton now on second down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Panthers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down. From the gun, Newton flinches with a catch over the middle. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, Newton, and that'll be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes our score 17-0. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 1st down, it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vincent Ray leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Left side caught by Diggs. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And some space here. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Over here. Yes.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Go, on the ball. On the ball. Heavy. Over here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Second down, Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Play action now, Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green, and that's caught inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Go, on the ball. On the ball. There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44. 44. There you go.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Bullock will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Anderson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Panthers on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's rock now. Here we go.
They run it again with Anderson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 25 yards out. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now Ross to return. Oh, what a move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Play fake. Here's Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Nixon. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Panthers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.